and welcome to day 4 of Be the Shift. I really should call this the sacred prompts, and that's what I've been really referring to this as, because really the real challenge is the 21-day process that is self-paced and you can do later on because it's timeless. So we have been on this journey together, sharing in our private space more about this each time that we give the sacred prompt. Today is own your difference. And I have to say, so far, this is one of my favorite ones because it also has been one of my greatest lessons. Because growing up different, oftentimes when you stand out or you don't go along with the program, and particularly if you are the black sheep, an empath, or you are highly sensitive in a world of people who are conforming, who they follow the same program, go to church, go to work, go to school. You do all of those things, and if you upset the apple cart any, then oftentimes it can be challenging for you as a young person to really assimilate. And sometimes you don't know why, or there are times that you will. And so this one is about owning your difference, right? This is really a call to unapologetic authenticity, particularly depending on what season of your life you are in. This is calling for your authenticity. So the sacred prompt for today is, what makes me different in a way that is actually my superpower? What makes me different in a way that's actually my superpower? I know that A Course in Miracles talks about specialness being rooted in ego, the need to be special, even in our wounding, in our trauma. This is not that. And so each day so far, we have covered a sacred prompt that I invite you to check out. And I want to build on this because the first one was about sacred disruption. And the prompt was, where have I been playing it safe to avoid judgment? Now, when I give the prompt, you write it down, you answer it, you contemplate it, you sit with it, because there's far too many people who are going along to get along. And so this process is an opportunity to those of you who have been on your journey, particularly spiritually conscious women who feel out of place. You may not be saying anything when all of these things are happening in the world right now, and you see things different, and you see them different. You have a different position, or you're questioning the positions that you have held. And so sometimes you don't want to rock the boat. You feel out of place. But this particular reboot is here to help you to be comfortable disrupting, deconstructing, and designing a new reality from within, even while chaos is happening on the inside. If you tune in with me on IVTV for Planning with the Planets, or you come into the reading room for Cosmic Conversations, then we are looking at the planets, and the planets have already told us what type of year that this is going to be. This is going to be uncomfortable for those who like to run, hide, wait for permission, or those who want to go along and get along. But for many of you who are awakened, those of you who are the creatives, the empaths, the black sheeps, the disruptors, the weirdos, I'm really talking to you, because you cannot fall into complacency. So I'll start over, because I want to be clear as you consider this day 4. For some of us who are in the portal community, this is your day 5, because we launched on Wednesday with 7 a.m. prayer. And so remember, this particular challenge, or this particular prompt, is to lead you to a 21-day self-paced process if you want. But the first day was the call to question the norm, inherited beliefs. So many people don't question the beliefs that they hold, or why they no longer hold them. And because if the universe abhors a void. And so when you say, I've left the church hadn't left you. When you've left the hood hadn't left you. When you left something doesn't mean that it has left you. But what do you believe? What have you replaced it with? I got a new little doggy, y'all. And so the first question is, what belief have I inherited that no longer fits me? The second question is, where have I been playing it safe to avoid judgment? The third question is, how would I lead if no one could label me? And today, here we are at what makes me different in a way that is actually my superpower. And so this is because the world doesn't need any more copies. Even if you're an entrepreneur or a business person, right now we are being called to do business differently. Right now, business, we have known the linear model of doing business, but a circular model, a healthier model of business and marketplace presence is existing. Even in our relationships, we've gotten to the point where people have become more of a commodity, a product. And so now you got people trading like they're on the stock market when it comes to relationships and friends. Well, I'll just block you. I'll cut you off. I'll invest in a new friendship stock if they have something to offer me. Let me keep going because I'm not trying to get too heavy here on this. But you can do the heavy lifting because the secrets you hold, the things you don't talk about, the help you don't ask for because you don't oftentimes don't want to sound like the different one. So it needs the divine original that you are. The world needs the divine original that you are. Encourage yourself in your private time or in your communities to embrace what sets you apart, your voice, your story, your background, your vision. Sometimes we worry about being too much. You know, girls grow up with the message about being too fast, right? And so even your sensuality sometimes becomes a place of condemnation because the old folks didn't know how to handle it. And so this is an opportunity to understand that your difference, your uniqueness is not a defect. You have not done anything wrong. And baby, yes, I am talking to myself because I cannot tell you how many times I felt left out, looked over, put down because I showed up different. I think about it different. It's okay for you to own it because it is your divine design. Come get a reading to understand. Readings helped me to understand my divine design. Even as a metaphysician, even as a minister, even as an author, even with a degree, even going to a HBCU, even being a daddy's girl, even being from the South, even being a heart-centered servant, I still had to check up on it, honey. And a reading will help you do that. Stop trying to blend in. The world didn't call you. I'm not talking to everybody else. I'm talking to you who are listening. Did not call you here to be beige. Right? Be gray, be muted and quiet. You came here to bring color, to bring power, to bring dance, even if your dance is awkwardness. There's a lady at our church, and she does have a special need, but honey, she doesn't care. She doesn't know it. And nobody in that sanctuary makes her feel like it when she gets up, when the music gets going. Nothing stops her. Can you dance like nobody's watching? Can you sing like people's ears are anointed? Stop trying to blend in. I cannot tell you how painful it becomes when you try to blend in. That's not your design. Be the shift. Your too much is a doorway for you to enter into. And then it becomes a portal of transformation. Sometimes being too loud, too soft, too sensitive, too woo-woo, and sometimes even too sensual, too serious. It serves a purpose. These are echoes of other people's limits when you have felt judged. And remember this, you did not come here to be a carbon copy. You may have traits like your mother, your father, your sister, your cousins, but you didn't come here to be an exact replica of them. I'm looking for my four-legged. There she is. You came here to shift culture, to birth new codes, to interrupt the pathology in your bloodline. You came here to spark new conversations, to put art out into the world, or be a change agent in a political office as an author. Too many people copy the wrong cat. And then after a certain time, you stop becoming a copycat and a parrot. It's nothing wrong with studying with teachers. It's nothing. In fact, we need mentors and teachers, but the right teacher and mentor will cultivate what's different about you so that it can become a unique offering in the marketplace, in the world, in the ministry, in the song, in the dance. You have to consider what makes you different in a way that you used to hide. Can you honor what you have hidden about you? Can you reframe your story? If not, we can help you do that in the 21-day challenge. When you don't fit in there, oftentimes it means it's because you are designed to stand out. Can I tell you how being tall, oftentimes I would try to shrink, fall back. This is why oftentimes tall people have a little hunch. I have one, but it's really coming from looking down. But who knows? It could have been years of, like, you know, being the skinny girl with not a whole lot of hips and booty and all that stuff. But I was born to stand out, stand up, stand tall, come from that in my bloodline. In fact, my pedigree is unique. Can you affirm that? My pedigree is unique. I could not have said it like that and stood in that authority. I don't look like what I've been through. And many good girls, many people don't know what you've been through because you package it so nicely. So reframe your story when you don't fit in. You get to do that. I promise you, on the other side, because the world is shifting anyway. The cosmos is revealing, and the veil is thin. The cosmos is revealing the pain body that we walk around and carry. And if you really feeling this, share your shift. Don't keep me to yourself. A lot of people who are unique, who are different, you have been so afraid, so neatly packaged, that you don't share your teachers unless they too are sanitized enough for somebody else to say they like it or accept it. Or they have a national stage, because then oftentimes they become acceptable. So this is really today an opportunity to honor what sets you apart. Being the shift, these little doses of sacred prompts is oftentimes breaking myths, reframing old stories. Sometimes it's a truth bomb. Sometimes it's an ouchie. And all the time it's a lesson. And if you take a quote from your girl, yours truly, you were never meant to blend in. You were born to be the blueprint. So I invite you to tap into other people who are tapping into their blueprint. Tap into a community of people who are tapping into their blueprint. There are more of you. What's wrong with my mouth today? I've been teaching. I've been singing. I've been praying, praising, dancing all for 48 hours. Okay. So my mouth is saying, girl, go sit down, go be tired. Go rest, rather, not be tired, but rest. So I end this with a reminder from yesterday, because I asked you all to marinate on yesterday, because yesterday, day 3, was for the leaders, the reluctant leaders, the leader shifters, lead her shifts, sir, the leader shifters, her, emphasis on her, lead her from yesterday. I asked you to marinate on it. You're invited in community. Listen, the Zoom link I have not put up, but you can find it right below here to get into tomorrow's live with us. It costs you nothing. The community has been coming together. You are going to like the women who are transparent, who are doing the work. Get you some friends who are on this journey of personal development, free spiritedness, less confinement, self-discovery, and most of all, self-actualization. So I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Thank you for tuning in and allowing me to prick your consciousness, remind you that you were here to shift something in your bloodline. You were here to shift your consciousness. And right now, the season needs the consciousness of shifters, not conformers, not just agitators for the sake of being agitated. There's so much happening in this energy that makes mental health fragile. People are ready to pop off and they don't know why. That doesn't have to be you, nor do you have to be a casualty of it. It's a sacred call to be different, to stand in your shift, to be a shifter. Shift the room. They'll adjust. I love you for real this time, and there's nothing you can do about it. See you on the other side, hopefully really soon, right? Yes. Like, comment, and share. We have a few more days.